Aren't you Sir Francis Galton?
Why, yes I am.
I see you're working on your American accent. So am I. Originally, I'm from Nice, France, you know.
Oh, France, you say. I myself am from Birmingham, England.
Well, I see you have a chess game set up here. Did you know that I was the first to study the psychology of chess? Although I'm not a very good chess player myself. I was actually inspired by you and your application of statistical methods to the study of human differences and the inheritance of intelligence. However, I explore the healthy working mind rather than the pathology of mental illness.
Oh, well, how flattering. I actually just returned from my exploration in the Middle East and Africa, and I've been looking for a good chessmate. Care to join?
Why, I'd love to. Speaking of traveling, I just finished reading your book, The Art of Travel.
Oh, yes. It was during that time I developed the model of eugenics. First, though, I measured families here in England, and then I measured families on my travels. Eugenics, my dear man, is selective breeding. It makes the utmost sense. If we want to improve the general intelligence of the population, it's only logical to encourage breeding of the more intelligent people and discourage breeding of the least intelligent people.
I see your logic, however, I have a different take on the matter. Although inheritance may set an upper limit on a person's intellectual potential, I think with the proper stimulation, anyone can grow intellectually.
Well, see that child over yonder? Say, for example, his father is a statesman. Such a profound career as that should surely mean that he has inherited intelligence from his father. But say his father was a painter. In such a case, the father should have never reproduced because it does nothing for the betterment of the human race. And I should know this. I was made the first scientific model to study genius and greatness. This painter's child should not have reproduced and probably will never accomplish anything.
Never? What a strong word. I do not accept this view. If given special attention, such a child may thrive. I'm sure you also believe in the saying, when one is stupid, it is for a long time. I protest that we should not make such rash statements.
But weren't you the one to study hypnotism?
Of course you'd bring that up. Yes, I did work with Jean-Martin Charcot on the theory of hypnotism. We thought we'd be able to manipulate the symptoms and sensations of a subject under hypnosis by using moving magnets around the subject's body. But when other scientists weren't able to reproduce these findings, they discovered it was due to poor experimental control. But I've made quite a comeback.
Wow, a whole school of scientists had to prove you wrong. I only had one lunatic man try to challenge my view. He said that intelligence also needed to include climate, religious tolerance, and a thriving economy. He said they are just as important as inheriting the capacity to produce scientists. To combat his notion, I created the first questionnaire actually used in psychology to gather information for my new book, English Men and the Study of Science and Their Nature versus Nurture. I surveyed 200 scientists about their views of their intelligence. The vast majority of scientists confess they were born with intellectual ability, and their desire to become a scientist was actually inherited from their parents.
Oh, nature versus nurture, that old chestnut.
This whole nature and nurture controversy is just a jingle of words. Nature is all that a man brings into the world, and nurture is everything that influences him after birth. However, nurture only strengthens or hinders the natural innate capacity. And this proves to be valid through my research with monozygotic and dizygotic twins. So, in my research, I saw that with monozygotic twins, the data showed that they were very similar, even though they were reared apart, compared to dizygotic twins, who were dissimilar, even though they were reared together. This shows that intelligence is innate, my dear man. This study surely proves my stance on this whole nature versus nurture nonsense.
Well, I see your point. I do believe that nurture can place a limit on one's intellectual ability, but I also think that most function below their potential. I strongly believe that anyone can grow intellectually, and this should be of the utmost importance in education. The first step is to identify those children who are normal and those who are subnormal.
Yes, but how do you measure which children are normal or subnormal?
Well, I'm glad you asked, my dear man. I, along with Theodore Simon, created the Binet Simon scale of intelligence to do just that. It's a way to distinguish between the two and consists of 30 tests ranging in difficulty. These tests include simple tasks such as eye movement and more difficult tasks such as abstract definitions. This test proves that intelligence is not only a single ability but several. Additionally, by implementing mental orthopedics, we can improve a child's will, attention, and discipline. Such things are necessary for classroom education.
Yes, this is all well and good. However, my theory has the ability to measure intelligence before birth and based solely off of their genes. And through my eugenics, I've discovered a way to build the ultimate race through selective breeding.
But were you ever recruited by the French government to help decide which students were more likely to experience difficulty in schools?
Well, no.
Checkmate.